Hello everyone, and welcome back to Blood on the Grand Strand. These are the Season 2 epilogues. Every epilogue this season will be titled as a question. This is Epilogue 3, Is Your Heart Lost? Let's meet our players, starting with Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris, the Primogen, and I'm playing Anthony Tulip at Simitsi.
Thank you. Harry.
Hi, I'm Harry, Salubri Cat, and I am playing Galen, a Salubri.
And our special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself and who you're playing?
Hello, you can call me Laura, or Tutu, or Laura Tutu, and I will be playing Victoria Warren, the gangrel.
Thank you. It's been 3 nights since the meeting between the Camarilla and the Anarchs, and 2 nights since the destruction of both the Sabat Domain, Club Karma, and the Prince's Haven, Magi Quest. Most of the Anarchs were asked to vacate the Grand Strand temporarily to the safety of Tabor City across the border, until their numbers could be recouped and a plan of action could be established against Kananti and his Cathari. The gangrel Isaiah and Hunter's sire Irina have led the Anarchs to the outskirts of Baron Dallas's domain, where Irina has organized a convoy of buses and other large vehicles to house the displaced kindred until they can return to reclaim their own havens and feeding grounds. Galen, right now you find yourself in a heated argument with a coterie of kindred who call themselves the Bog. So are you fucking telling me that I have to stay here with these fucking thin bloods?
Not necessarily. If you want to go back and die, you're welcome to. But, you know...
They were working for the fucking Sabat. You brought them here. Explain it.
They were not acting under their own will. If I believed that they posed a threat to us, they would not be here. Now, I'm asking you to trust my judgment. If you don't, then, well, there's very little I can do to stop you from leaving.
Blood supply is low. Baron Dallas won't give a shit. Isaiah went in one direction, George in the other, looking for vessels. Irina had to fuck off. She couldn't stay. Just like Hunter. Hunter's not here either. Whatever it is that their clan is about, they can't stick around anywhere very long.
Yeah.
So can we eat them?
No.
Can we kill him? Get a little aggression out?
Let me make something explicitly clear. Just because I am trying to do the best for everybody does not mean that I am Mr. Nice Guy. If you touch those thin bloods, I will stake you and leave you out in the sun. Now,
I don't know, Galen. You're in this broken down bus all by yourself. Your lackeys ain't here. They're out trying to take care of your people. Your coterie isn't even fucking here.
You're right. We're out here trying to take care of you. Now, if you could get with the program, I would appreciate it. If you can't, then stop wasting both of our time and go and die on the Grand Strand for all I care. I would rather you not. So let's just hold off for now. We will find a solution to this whole blood problem. And when that's done, then we can start preparing to go back in.
One of them, Fish, pulls out a 22 out of his back of his pants, cocks it. I think I found
cute.
a solution myself.
Okay, I'll pull a 45 out of my bag.
You do have one.
I have a bigger fucking gun than you, buddy.
The other 3 members of the coterie pull out their own hand pistols.
Oh, you're all really cute. What, you think because now you have guns and you're one-on-one with me that you guys are big fish?
I don't know, Galen. We followed you. We trusted you.
And you should keep following me and keep trusting me, because I am the reason you're still alive. I'm the reason you haven't been swept into the fucking ocean by the Sabat. Do you understand me?
You didn't even tell us they were here until they started blowing up our places.
I was operating under the same information you were, and then things started exploding. I think, given the position I was put in, we did a decent job. Sure, we're on the back foot now, but we have backing and we have time on our side now. Not much, but I think with this we can do some good things. Now, if you want to continue to be obstinate, I welcome you to shoot me and be done with this. But if you really want to survive, and if you want to go back to the Grand Strand and not get ripped to pieces, then I'm your best shot. We are your best shot. So what's it going to be?
I hear...
I'm going to put my gun down to the side.
I hear Cyclops' blood is pretty potent. And I'm pretty hungry.
Okay, so enough. Let's get past these threats. What are you going to do? Come on.
You really want to know?
Yeah, spit it out. I'm waiting. Because I figured that if you were actually going to kill me, you would have done it already. You got 3 of your boys here, all with guns. I mean, you didn't think I was going to let you kill the Thin Bloods. I'm not going to let you do that. You knew I wasn't going to let you do that. So what do you actually want? Come on.
I think I want a snack.
Oh, how cute. Come on.
Galen.
Get real.
Dexterity athletics.
You little fucker. This little bitch. I am not good at that.
He's not great at grappling.
Okay, well, here's hoping.
Oh my god, he rolled too well.
Motherfucker. Okay, just a sec. Let me, Dex Athletics.
I got a success on every dice.
This is bad. I got 1 success.
4 successes.
Fucker. Jesus Christ.
So Fish, again, you don't know what clan they are. You know they're a clan from Little River. And you know they were one of the first to join you back with George when you first began your little war of subterfuge against the Camarilla. And Fish runs up to you, grabs you by the throat, slams you down on the ground.
Fucking Jesus.
Anthony, that moment, you stroll into the largest of these broken convoys centered at the center of this, let's call it a tent city for Kindred. It's the most rusted, but it's also the largest, and it's where you assumed that Galen is, and I will take it as read that you have the briefcase, the satchel with you.
I do.
Okay. And as you walk in, this is the scene you see. You see Galen on the floor. He's alone. For some reason, you don't know where Isaiah is. You don't know where George is.
All right. He's just on the floor.
He's being held down, and there's 3 other vampires around him.
Right. Am I interrupting something?
Yes, it would seem that this group has some stuff they need to work out.
Fish,
and they decided to work it out on me.
Holding you down, looks over at you.
Right.
We were just having a little disagreement.
All right. What's your name?
They call me Fish.
Right, Fish. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to let go of my friend here, or I'm gonna have to use this incendiary grenade I got in my satchel here to burn this place to the ground. I'm not here to fuck around. Give me back my friend.
Fish lets go of you, Galen, and sort of kicks you absently as he turns around. Well, now that you have someone with firepower.
Thought you had a 45, Galen.
I did. I decided not to use it.
Interesting choice. You all
what
right?
about you? You say we can kill. You say we can kill the Thin Bloods?
Not my choice. My decision.
Maybe we should make you Baron.
I don't think you'd want to have me as a Baron. Why? What's going on here?
We want to kill the Thin Bloods. They were with the Sabbat, and Galen's letting them in.
Galen saying no, of course. Why do you want to kill them, aside from them being Sabbat? They're Thin Bloods. They're beneath you, aren't they?
Yeah. Not even worth the blood that they're walking around with, so why can't I eat them?
I don't know. Why can't you eat people? However you want.
Well, I could. But Galen brought us somewhere where I can't eat. The Baron here won't let anyone. And what we have in blood bags is dwindling. Fast. Unless you have blood in that little satchel of yours.
I don't.
Well, I need to eat something.
Galen, you're saying no. Or is someone else doing that?
I am saying no. I'll speak with the Baron and we'll work something out, but until then, nobody touches the Thin Bloods. I'm gonna, get myself up. As for you, Fish, I'll let this one slide. You're hungry and you're upset. I get it, you've been driven out of your home. It's difficult. Next time, you'll be dead. Do you understand? I may not be a fighter, per se, but I have fighters on my side.
Next time, I'll move a little quicker before your friends can get here.
You better hope.
Fish and the rest of his coterie start to stroll out. But one of them takes an errant shot at you, Galen, but misses.
With a gun?
With a gun.
All right. I hate to do this to you, Anthony. I think we need to teach these people a lesson. I'm going to go for the 45, and I'm going to level it at the one who took a shot at me.
You can try. They are on their way out, so the amount of successes I'll need will be high.
Shit, okay. Composure firearms?
Yeah, he sort of stuck his arm in as he was leaving.
Okay.
I know you don't listen to me often, but never mind.
2 successes.
Not quite enough. You hit the side of the door, and it's very loud, and it rings, and both of you, were you still human, would maybe need to go see a doctor.
Now, Galen.
I'll have them dealt with later.
I know we've had plenty of conversations about this, and I know you value my input, but is there a reason you're alone here, and is there a reason you brought them to a place where they're not able to feed?
We didn't have much of a choice as to where we could go. We've been driven out of our home, and, all the other territory is also occupied. This is, unfortunately, the card we've been dealt.
I seem to recall that a very large party full of Camarilla was blown up not too long ago. Seems like there's no one to claim that territory.
Here's the thing. Our peace with the Camarilla for the time being is tenuous at best. If we all of a sudden moved into unoccupied territory, they believe still belongs to them, despite whoever was in charge of it being wiped out, we could make things significantly worse. We're in a tough spot right now, and while I would rather not have been confronted while I was alone, I think that could have gone worse.
Then I only really have one more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I already know the answer, but what is your motivation for letting the Thin Bloods, who willingly work with the Sabbat, stay alive?
At the end of the day, we need everybody we can get.
Alright, and you chose then to side with the people who were with the Sabbat and attack the people who are willing to help us. Am I understanding that correctly?
Fish is not willing to help us.
Alright.
Fish is self-interested and only cares about filling their belly.
Unlike the Thin Bloods who have a higher calling, I understand.
No. However, I can't let 1 or 3, in this case, kindred, jeopardize our operation to take back the Strand.
If you want to look at it strategically, if we're at war, I would wager that those 3 are worth quite a bit more than a bunch of Thin Blood ragtag traitors. But you're the boss. Your call.
Anthony, let's get past pure pragmatism here.
Alright.
You know damn well that, again, I hate to bring this up, but we can't just kill all of them.
Suppose not.
At the end of the day, if we want to treat them like that, then why not just go hang out with the Sabbat? Surrender to them. Fuck it.
Sabbat is, No, you have a point.
We have to prove that we are different from them.
All I'm saying is that when the cards on the table, high ideals and who we choose to spare or not might not actually matter. Because the Sabbat doesn't give a shit.
You see, I disagree. Because, sure, we can speak pragmatically that Thin Bloods might not be worth all that much, and it may cause some problems having them here when we're having a bit of a food crisis, to say the least. But if we aren't fighting for our ideals, then what are we fighting for? If we compromise our ideals to such a degree... Look, I'm okay with compromising my ideals to some extent, but to compromise them to this degree, then why even fight, right? I mean, we might as well just, again, turn over to the spot. I think it's important that we keep in mind why we call ourselves anarchs.
I think I can see what Victoria sees in you, so let's carry on.
Now,
Galen.
as for Fish, I'm gonna see if I can organize some people to keep an eye on them. I'm worried about that group, and if they cause more of a problem, well, we're at war. We'll have to deal with it like that.
Galen, wits and insight.
Mhm.
Anthony, intelligence and occult.
Alrighty.
So 2 successes for me.
2 successes for you. Whether or not you are...
And for me.
Excellent. Whether or not you are lying to Galen about the usefulness of Thin Bloods, you, more than anyone else in the coterie, are now, with the reappearance of Amber, are aware of just how powerful Thin Bloods really can be, and how unpredictable. And Galen, when you mentioned war, when you told Anthony that now we are at war, you did notice that he clutched the satchel bag that he has with him a little bit tighter.
The bag, Anthony. If you don't mind me asking.
Just some gardening tools. I throw over the satchel to him.
Take a look.
You open it up. Is the folder still in there, Anthony, or did you remove it?
No, folder's in the glove compartment.
All right. So what you see inside is 2 what looks like grenades. 2 large grenades. Next to them, 2 smaller grenades. You also see a very large crossbow in there, and it doesn't look like a normal crossbow. It doesn't even look like an average compound crossbow that you could nip over to the Walmart and buy. This one looks specifically modified. And the poundage on the rope looks to be something unique, something special. You're not really sure why. And the last thing is there is a plastic container. Do you pop it open?
Sure.
When you pop it open, laying in foam, are 2 canisters, pressurized canisters.
Where do you
Gardening
get
tools.
these?
Home Depot.
Well, does this Home Depot have more specialized equipment?
I would assume they have, none available to me. And I'm pretty sure they don't want me to take of the VIP gear that they're selling. But I got my hands
But are
on
they
it.
they are selling it?
No, they are not. Next time you're going to see any of these things, it will be on the receiving end if you're unlucky.
So there's no way that we could get access to more of this gear.
There's no way you're going to be able to get access to a grenade that's going to produce pure sunlight, no.
What the fuck? Jesus.
Let's,
Anthony, you receive a
Yes.
text message.
alright, I'll check it.
It's from Marcus. It
Alright.
says, "Love you, Little Wing."
Okay, I'll deal with that later. I'll give Galen a nod. How about this? You, keep where I got these things between you and me, and I won't tell anyone you got them. punched over by a gang of, I don't even know what to call those guys.
Assholes.
Assholes, right.
You know I wouldn't dream of it.
No. But yeah, don't go pulling the pins on any of those things unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't plan on it.
As you both have your conversation, you begin to hear something loud happening outside, but it's not something that sounds dangerous. It's singing. Someone is playing the guitar and playing it well and loudly, and you hear someone singing, "I'm a dead man walking." And it's more than one person singing, but there is a main male voice singing it.
I'll take a look outside, I'm curious.
You take a look outside. You see a group of the Thin Bloods that you rescued from Club Karma. They're sitting around a, not a campfire, at least not a lit one anyway. Vampires don't particularly like being around fire. And they're singing about how even when they lay their heads down to sleep, they know the Lord their soul won't keep. And they're all singing it together. And in between them, you do see another figure. Someone you at first don't even recognize. And when you look a little closer, you see that it's Victoria. And she's sitting with them. And they are sitting with her, and she's smiling, listening to them sing. She seems to be lost in her own little world. You were not even sure that Victoria had survived. And you had been trying not to think about it. The last time you saw her, she was chasing Baron Cananti into the night, and it's been 2 nights since then, and she hasn't made an appearance. And you thought maybe the worst had happened. But she is covered, almost head to toe, in blackened, sun-smoked skin.
Do I happen to catch a glance of this as well?
If you are looking outside, then yes.
I would try to. So before Galen does anything, I'll grip his arm and say, "Remember the Ferris wheel."
I somehow doubt this is an analogous situation.
Up to you.
Do you go over to Victoria?
Of course.
Victoria, how are you feeling? I believe you are muted, or not muted on your end.
Need new headphones.
Yes.
As is mentioned, Victoria is very obviously injured. And out of it, honestly.
The music is nice, though. It's nice to hear joyful voices. It does remind you of your time as a young girl in Cuba.
And she's listening and just sort of nodding along.
Galen, you make your way over to Victoria?
Of course, yeah.
Cariño.
Just sit down next to her.
Mm-hmm.
And look over the wounds. How bad do they look?
You would say that a light breeze would put her into torpor.
Okay. Then we need to work on this. But for now, let's take it slow and gently.
She doesn't seem to be acknowledging you much. She did say your name, Carino, but other than that, she's sort of drifting in and out.
Victoria, you need medical attention.
You don't say, darling.
Can I help you?
Well, I don't think I have much of a choice now, do I?
All right. Then I am going to use the letter.
I will remind you that you... And, actually, I won't remind you. I will remind Anthony.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna fucking bleed. I know.
I will remind Anthony. Anthony, you know that there is, just from the short conversation with Fish, that there is a blood shortage here. And you see Galen beginning to do something he's done many times and use his healing ability on Victoria, who looks like she is about to drop into torpor at any second. Would you like to do anything to remind him of this?
I've already tried. It's clear that he will never learn. So I'm ready.
But that's what he has you for, Anthony.
That's why I have a crossbow with a stake on it, just in case someone goes a little nuts.
Please make me that Valerian roll. Rouse check, please.
Absolutely. That's a success on the rouse, and the Valerian, let's put it in. That's not a very good Valerian roll.
Please put your hunger back down to 1, please.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 4 dice. You know what? I'm going to spend willpower and re-roll that. Re-roll 3 of those.
Re-roll the whole roll. Put your hunger back down to 1. Re-roll the whole roll for me. And then spend willpower as you like.
Okay, Valerian. Re-roll. Okay, that's a little better. 2 successes.
2 successes. Would you like to spend a willpower?
Sure, yeah. Oh, the willpower re-roll button is not... Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, it is working. It was just like... rolling 2 dice. 2 more successes. Hooray.
That makes that a
and
messy...
1 is a 10.
That makes that a messy critical.
Beautiful.
Well, you do the thing. Of course.
That's fun.
Of course. But Galen, the compulsion of Clan Salubri is effective empathy. Until you heal whatever happens to be wrong with Victoria, you will not be able to focus on much of anything else, and you will be at a penalty to any action that is not involving healing Victoria's damage, physical or otherwise.
That sounds about right. So,
Victoria, you're not totally here. Somehow you made it here instinctually. You knew this is where you sent everyone. You organized this. So instinctively you arrived here. And suddenly your Carino is sitting next to you and you feel yourself bathed in his warming, healing light that you felt only once before. And it makes you feel, if there was anything on this earth that made you feel human, it is this. And the blackened, crisp skin running all over Victoria begins to turn less crisp and less blackened and begins to become more whole, let's say. And Victoria, you are now only mostly damaged as opposed to fully damaged, with 3 aggravated damage being removed from you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Just gonna wipe a bit of blood from my eye.
Oh, there's more than a bit of blood. You are gushing, and I am going. It has traveled all the way down here. Victoria, a rouse check. Anthony, how close are you?
I'm still in the tent.
You're still in the convoy?
Yes.
Okay, you don't make a roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a roll for the 4th in blood sitting here.
I love that.
Oh god. Huddy, I'm having a hard time finding my access on roll 20.
Of course. Because I didn't make it available to you. How about that? Should be at the very bottom.
I'm looking. Hold on.
Are you on the roll 20?
Yes, I should be.
Might want to have to refresh it. Harry, do you see it? It's at the very bottom. If you look in.
See the what? The
Victoria.
Victoria. Do I see Victoria's her? Yeah, I see it. I don't see a character sheet attached to it. I only see the bio and info. But
it's there. I don't know. How about I roll it for you?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I apologize.
It's not your fault. You can tell me what that is. That is a success. So you do not feel the need to lunge at Galen. However, not everyone is feeling that way. And as Galen, as you attempt to clean, it's all over your shirt. Your shirt is ruined. It's all up in your nose and your mouth, and You can attempt to wipe it away, but it's going to be extremely difficult. Two of the Thin Bloods begin to reach out for you and begin pulling at your shirt, pulling at your clothes, and sucking the blood off of your shirt. Do you stop them?
Honestly, as long as it's just they're taking the blood off, I'll just take my shirt off and give it to them. You know, they need that shit.
That's a cool trick, man. It's a cool trick. I'm starving. And they begin sucking on the pieces of cloth. You got any more?
Don't get
Can you
used
make more?
to it.
Tastes really good. I mean, I've never tasted anything this good.
Oh, God. No, I can't. Because that's my blood, and I would appreciate it. I generally like to keep it in. You know. That being said, I can see we're kind of...
I can break my arm. I can break my arm off right now.
Jesus Christ, don't do that. Oh, God.
Well, I'm
Listen.
tempted. I'm real tempted.
If you break your arm, I won't help you. How about that?
I know. I have a feeling that you might.
No, I won't. If you
Okay.
do it on purpose just so you can drink my fucking blood, I'm not gonna help you.
Okay.
Just... This is a one-time thing. I will find a way to get you blood. I will.
They started all gathering, or they've stopped playing their music and started gathering around, sucking off your shirt. So now you have no shirt, and you're just sitting out here in the open, covered in blood. Anthony is sort of watching you both from the shadows, as he is wont to do.
With a crossbow.
With a
loaded
crossbow.
With a stake on it.
I appreciate that, Anthony. I really do.
Yeah, then I thank you for your help, but I think it might behoove us to go inside.
I agree with you 100%.
And Victoria's going to stand very carefully. She is on high alert.
Yes, now that you don't feel like you might fall into torpor, all of the memories and the circumstances of how you got here and what occurred to you in these last few nights have come rushing back, and the paranoia is warranted at best.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's going to put herself between Galen and the Thin Bloods as we start to move back inside, watching very carefully.
And Anthony, you see both of them join you back into the empty convoy.
Another interesting choice, Galen. Victoria, glad to see you're doing well.
Hello, Anthony. Well is one way of putting it.
Well, you're not dead. I consider that well, considering how that night went.
It's true, I am still walking.
Were you, am I aware that she was following Kananti?
Fortunately,
Yes.
no. You
No, right.
had fallen into torpor by then.
Alright.
I am aware of that.
Yes.
And I am very curious as to how that went.
Given now that she is no longer in danger of falling into torpor, the paranoia has shifted into something that's almost like agitation. What are our next steps? What are you planning here, Carino?
We're gonna stockpile weapons and ammunition. Then from there, well, we're gonna put together an attack plan, find a way to hit Kananti in such a way that he cannot recover. Compromise him to a permanent end, if you will.
Maybe you will manage better than I did.
So he's still breathing. Well, not breathing, but figures.
Yes. Snake. Managed to get away.
It was a good attempt.
Knowing his kind, that's not entirely unforeseen. Now, it's been a while since I was able to understand how they operate, and things might have changed since then, but if there is one Sabbat in a city, chances are very high that his presence will attract others, roaming war packs, sleeper agents, that kind of thing. The longer we let him live with the knowledge that we blew his place up, the more likely he is going to come after us with a rather large group of Sabbat who will be dying to drink the blood out of our bodies.
I agree. I want to be there when the last of his unlife leaves his body. That is all I ask.
You will be.
The Camarilla is barely present anymore. The majority of them are either dead or in torpor.
What?
Everything is in ruins.
We got hit bad.
What? What? How much time did I lose?
Quite a bit.
Karina, what has happened? What is left?
Just us and Thin Bloods, honestly. It's bad. It's very bad. Although I am still confident in our ability to win. It's not going to be easy.
There are a few members of the Camarilla left, but not many. Most of them were at the Elysium when their locale blew up.
Victoria, this is looking... The destruction of the Camarilla was not something that you expected. Was not something... You knew that the Camarilla would not stand and fight with you, but you thought they would be a bulwark, at least the last stand, should something happen to the Anarchs. And to know that they are gone first, and that the Anarchs are all that are left, makes this situation seem less winnable than it did a moment ago.
Do we even have anyone that we can call? Anyone who will come to our aid?
Well, we have some other Anarchs. We have those who are with us now. We are in this is a bad spot. It's hard to think of a way this could get worse, but I'm sure it can, and I'm sure it probably will before it gets better. My main concern now is... Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, oh, it will.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
The Second Inquisition are quite aware of activities here.
Oh, wonderful.
It's
Great.
only a matter of time before they show up again in greater force.
I don't think that explosion would have done anything to quell their curiosity.
Oh no, quite the opposite, I would imagine.
Galen, that might answer the question of where Anthony got.
Yeah, that I figured when he had the sunlight grenades, because that's not exactly military equipment.
Is this news to Victoria?
The Second Inquisition, certainly. It's news to Galen as well, as you can tell.
But, well, and also the sunlight grenades.
Yeah, they've never heard of such a thing.
He did mention.
Ah.
Oh. It's fine. I still have my sire, I believe, I hope. Yes. We have barons of surrounding towns, as long as Galen hasn't managed to burn those bridges. And
As you say that, Anthony, Isaiah strolls in. Well, didn't have to burn any bridges. Baron Dallas is a fucking bitch.
I'll add that to my index card.
There ain't nothing here. There is... Victoria, hey,
Hello there.
you've looked better.
I felt better, to be perfectly honest with you.
Look, we can't stay here. There's
You're
no
right.
fucking food.
Camarilla's territory is looking better by the day.
And what are we supposed to do about Cananti? I mean, hey, we got Victoria back. We got the powerhouse back. So, glad you're not dead.
Well, still technically dead.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. Anthony, looking good.
Me too, as I. Sorry again about your alligators.
Look, there's nothing more I can do here. George hasn't gotten back yet. I'm gonna wait for him. But, we gotta go back. This is fucked. We can't stay here. We can't keep heading farther away into someone else's fucking territory. It's just not gonna work.
I'm inclined to agree.
I am too, but my main concern is, well, no, I think you have a point. The more time we wait, the more roving packs of Sabbat assholes are going to come in to reinforce.
Victoria, before Kananti sliced my throat, I saw you following him. Did you find out where he is? Where he went? Nice job blowing up the club, by the way. Very rock and roll.
Yeah, no. He has slipped free yet again. The fucking snake he is. And Anthony, I believe you are correct. We cannot let him sit and gather his forces, gather whoever might come through. Otherwise we will be overrun by Sabbat.
I will say this. Oh, Galen, sure.
I was just going to say, what kind of equipment do we have? That's my big concern right now, is if we go in there as we are right now, are we even armed?
Well, we got guns, but
that's not gonna
big
help
guns
much.
right here.
Yeah. If I may be so bold, and I'm sure this is going to sound bad, but my suggestion is we get in touch with as many of the Camarilla who are still alive as possible, because honestly, their chance of survival is as slim, if not slimmer, than ours. They'll probably be more.
Who was that prudish, snobby one who owned the place in the Market Commons that I had to go to give Galen a punch in the face? Who was her?
Azaria. I'm certain she's still around somewhere, hiding under a rock.
Well, she seemed pretty strong.
She is. But I imagine there are other members of the Camarilla as well who probably didn't go to the party and who are probably hiding.
I hope Dean
for
died.
Their lives.
Someone tell me Dean died.
I really hope Dean died as well, but if I know anything about that man, it's that he's probably not dead.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna start gathering shit. We got guns, we got ammunition, we got an elder, at least one.
The man can turn into a mist. Guns won't do anything.
She could turn to a mist too. I saw it. And that is not true. You can make stuff happen to the people in the mist. I've seen it in the 90s. Fire.
Alright.
Guessing that's what happened to you. It's why you're super crispy. Sunlight, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Fucked. There's someone out here who wants to see you. I think he's just hungry. I haven't seen him before. He says his name is Chris. He wants to talk to you, Galen. And you, Anthony. Seem to know you by name. Anyway, like I said, I'll see you back in Grand Strand. I think I'm going to see how much of Magi Quest is left. Dean would hate that.
Alright.
As Isaiah turns and walks out, his flared jeans following him, the 70s style that he always wears, a very nondescript, forgettable-looking young man walks in, blonde hair. He says, "Hello."
Hello?
I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Chris.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Chris. If you don't mind me asking, getting a bit to the point, how can I help you?
Oh, I'm here to help you. I already met Hunter. I know he's a friend of yours. I helped him out. So I just want to help you out, too, before I head back to Myrtle Beach.
Well, I am in no position to decline help. What would this help entail?
He just holds out his hand.
Okay, I'll take it. Give him a handshake.
Nice. Great. So you watch him close his eyes. Galen, how many Malkavians would you say that you've met in your line of work?
Probably not too many, honestly.
You did meet one. You met Sarah.
Yeah.
who
met
spoke
Sarah.
in riddles and
Yeah.
pretty nonsensical most of the time. But he doesn't seem that way. But he closes his eyes and sways back and forth and sort of looks a little bit like the way Victoria did just a few minutes ago outside. And he says, "You might win. You might lose. But your best chance is to fulfill the promise you made."
Which one would that be?
And he shakes his head.
God damn.
"Sorry, I don't know what I say. So, whatever I say, just, I don't know, write it down or something." He looks over at you, Anthony. "I have a feeling you don't want to shake my hand."
Seems you have a good sense for that. I make my own future. I'd rather not have my cards read for me.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure what I told Hunter was about you. Ask him about the night and the red gas.
All right.
And then he looks at you, Victoria, and he bows. "I've heard we're supposed to respect our elders."
Fair enough.
And he holds out his hand.
There is a very brief hesitation, but she will take it.
And as you take it, he doesn't say anything for an incredibly long time. And that's because, Victoria, you're not receiving some sort of prophetic message. You're receiving a vision. You're sharing senses with him. And you're standing there in the villa that you grew up in. And to your left, you see your father. And to your right, you see your daughter, Simone. And as Simone starts to age, you look to your father again, and he no longer looks human. And you see fangs in his mouth, and you feel the fangs in your mouth. And you look again to Simone, and she's moving fast around you. She's aging and moving and living in the ways that you never got to. And she then has a child next to her, and that child ages. And this all happens in the blink of an eye in a moment, until you are fast forwarded to the present moment, and you see one of your descendants, the one that you have followed for so long, Celestine. And you see her in her home, doing her magic, working her will in the world around her, in whatever way that she does. And you're so very happy. And next to you is Galen. And he's pulling you away. And you're trying to pull him towards you. It's a battle of wills. And then you find yourself standing here again, in this rusted out convoy. Whew! I am really hungry. Starving. No blood bags in here, right? There's none out there.
We're working on it.
Well, maybe I can hitch a ride with the Thin Bloods. They seem to want to be heading back to the Grand Strand with Isaiah.
It would seem that we're all moving out very shortly.
It'd be really nice to meet you all. I can't wait for the war.
An odd way to put it, but sure thing.
And he strolls out the convoy.
So, that happened.
Yeah, that certainly did happen. We'll never get used to it.
No.
What now, Kellen?
I think you're right that we have to move in. I don't think we have much of a choice.
If there's something worth considering, it's that sect allegiance is not in the blood. There are probably plenty of the Camarilla who will jump at the chance to join the winning group. And if the majority of the heavy hitters of the Camarilla are dead, may be able to recruit them to our cause. But you have to offer something substantial for that, Galen. You can't just say that they have a duty to help you out. You need to promise them things.
Right now, we don't have
works.
much to promise. I suppose we can promise territory. We've lost enough that I'm sure there are some places up for grabs.
Figure out what we're going to win, and then split that up. If we're dead, it doesn't matter. If we win, we'll worry about that then.
That moment,
Sounds
Anthony,
good.
you receive a phone call.
Let's get a move on.
That moment, Anthony, you receive a phone call.
I need to take this. Sorry.
Of course.
Yes?
Anthony, it's Stella.
All right.
You gotta come back. That guy is here.
I'm
I
coming.
told you he would come.
I'm coming.
She hangs up the phone.
All right. I need to go to Zarius. I might need help.
I'll come with you.
All right.
Go as well.
Thank you.
Anthony, you can get to your car and begin driving off. Of course, Galen and Victoria, you know the way to Azaria's. If you'd like to take the moment here to have a discussion, as Galen, you are still under your compulsion of effective empathy. So you might want to resolve that before you head into any sort of conflict.
Going to, just after Anthony heads out, I am going to just one more moment. Let me try to fix what I can.
You can only use Valerian once a night.
Oh,
once you start
yeah.
using it more, you're going to start taking that aggravated damage onto yourself. So any sort of emotional damage that she is suffering from might be the better way to handle it.
Yeah. I suppose I can use what's the name of the power?
Obeya?
Yeah, Obeya, that one.
For this particular affliction that she's suffering from, I will require a significant amount of successes.
Shit. Well.
But I need a rouse check first.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. It's worth a shot. How's that rouse check turn out?
You are hungrier.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Two
Well,
hunger.
shit.
Yep, I'm at 2 hunger now, and let's
No
roll
blood.
those.
No blood, big brother.
Correct.
It's time for you to take her blood. She asked you that one time. Remember, you promised her that if something happened, you would take her blood. Remember? You said, "Yes, I will." So, well, now's the time. Take
That
it.
is not a promise I'm going to fulfill now.
She took mine. Now take hers.
No, fuck you. Okay.
3
make
successes.
That, so make that 5 total.
5 successes. Victoria, you're feeling a little bit calmer. You're feeling much more like you can handle the situation that's coming. You feel a little less paranoid. You don't feel like that Kananti is going to pop out at any moment from out of the ground and attack you.
Yeah.
So you are feeling, if you did still breathe, you would take a deep breath at this moment.
Carino,
Yes.
before this goes any further, I know what I asked of you. And considering the odds that are against us, I feel I must ask. Should we survive this? Do you want me to stay?
Of course. I would rather you here than anywhere else.
Is this what life will be, or unlife, as it were? Always this fighting, this clawing for scraps of territory. Is that what we are left with, Carino?
You would know better than I, but hopefully after this we can have some breathing room. The Camarilla aren't in any position to push back, and well, if we fail to defeat the Sabbat, then it doesn't matter.
No. When the club blew, the aftermath, have you heard anything about any other lives that were lost?
I've avoided specifics. I'm sure there were a few.
You know, it's almost a statistical certainty that at least some people were injured, if not mortally wounded.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we blew up a fucking club. That's... Yeah.
Yeah.
We did what we had to do. It wasn't pretty, but we had to.
There's an awful lot that can be said when people think they have to. I'm sure Canante thought he had to do what he's been doing.
Nobody thinks they're the bad guy. And I don't think we're the bad guy. We're the bad guys. And I'm trying desperately not to become them. It would seem that every other kindred here is insistent on taking the shortest route possible to becoming as vile as we can, but I am trying my best to make sure that doesn't happen.
We all get there eventually, don't we? That's what the
Such
beast
is our
does.
curse. But that doesn't mean the fight isn't worth it.
Either way, I suppose we don't have a choice.
No. Either we continue to fight, simply to prolong our existence as more than mere animals, or we give in and become those animals now. And frankly, I'd rather stay myself for as long as I can.
It's harder than it looks.
So I've come to realize.
Victoria will kind of look at him and then reach out and like very carefully touch his face. You want me to stay? Stay.
Of course I do. Yes.
I am at your side, Carino.
I'm very happy to hear that. Although, at this rate, we are going to be late to helping Anthony with his little problem, so...
Yes, we had better get a move on.
Time is of the essence.
So the Baron, in name anyway, and his paramour, exit the convoy and start heading towards their car. Get in it. Victoria, for the first time in your own life, you feel something going on that you can't explain, that you don't know what it is, but deep down you fear that you know. It's like your heart and your soul and your mind is being torn in two. Something, somewhere, is pulling you towards where the sun rises. And that is where we will end. Epilogue 3, Is Your Heart Lost, for this evening.